Still no Danielle. This is not cool. Y'all see me? I don't see me. Now, why is it? Oh, I gotta give up. Why is it changing? Like, I did not. Y'all, I'm trying. I am so sorry. I'm trying to get on here. It is not working. It is not letting me do nothing. And this is not cool. Oh my goodness, it sucks really bad. This is horrible. And to me today. Yeah. I don't want to play no music. I don't want to do all that. I just want to. So y'all can hear me, but y'all just can't see me. Oh boy. So, how's everybody doing? I'm glad that y'all are here. Seems that Danielle's like just totally having a field day today. I can see myself, but so y'all can hear me. But see, every time I turn it on, it goes to switch scenes. What is look? Oh no, we don't want to do that. Oh no. I don't see how y'all. This is. I am so sorry, guys. Seems to be that for some reason. There we are. Okay, y'all see me now? Hey, what's up? I made it. Can y'all hear me? Am I here? Did I make it? Please, somebody tell me I made it. Who can see me? Me too, jack me off. Me too. That's what's up. Did you let out a massive fart? That's awesome. I hope you don't stink out the room, buddy. God bless your soul, honey. You just be careful with that. Make sure you hold your nose really tight, okay? Bless your heart. We will pray for you, son. We will pray for you. So you have a good time in that smelly farty room. Good luck with you, my friend. God bless your soul. Good luck there, hun, because I'm glad we don't smell it. All right. Thank you, Chris. So we're here. We made it after my little after midnight catastrophic on my little phone here. So guys, I thought we'd pull a late nighter and you see how that goes. Yeah, I see. Okay, awesome. Okay, so you can see me on TikTok. Awesome, good. That's what we like to hear. I don't know what happened. Um, I don't ever get my comments from TikTok on here. I do. Well, I take that back. I it's got to be like that. You're welcome, Jack. Jack. I'm gonna just call you Jack. Okay. Uh, so what is our topic tonight? You tell me, Chris. What which do you think we should talk about? What do you think? Y'all tell me. I thought Miss Amy was going to be on tonight. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for joining. Are you feeling any better, Christopher? What do you think our topic should be? Because this was like a spur of the moment thing, and we could talk about the thing. I don't know if you got to read that email or whatnot. Or we can talk about what's going on the 14th. That we need these stories. If parents are wanting to speak out, if they're wanting their story heard. Feet, Eric. Look, I hope you ain't got stinky feet, my friend. God bless you too. You know, we're going to be sending out a lot of blessings tonight. That's great. Let's do it. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I hope your feet are okay, Eric. I hope that you are fine with that. And feet, high feet. It's okay. Everybody's got them, right? So let's talk about Nebraska. You're in Nebraska. What's up with Nebraska? Do you know what kind of? Let's cover our episode on the 14th, February 14th. Okay, so Chris, you want to start? Start start with look, here we go. What do you want to what do you want me to say? So everyone, you know, we would like to get y'all stories, the parents that are struggling with CPS and what they've in the experiences and what you want to see, what you would like to see in the changes, what you would like to see in the hey Herbert, I made it. Look, hey, you know me with these spur of the moment things. I struggle with them. So y'all just bear with me, but I think that's what makes the show so cool is just my like weirdness. But hey, you know, I'm me. But so you're in Nebraska, Jack. Let me ask you this. Okay, Chris, I'll wait. I'll wait for that, Christopher. So Jack, let me ask you this: in Nebraska, are you experiencing anything? Have you got your kids ever lost your children to CPS, DFCS, DSS, or you know anyone that has had their children removed and taken from them over false allegations and just petty, just a nightmare with the Department of Family and Children Services or Child Protective Services or anything like that? Or have you heard of anything like that in your state? In the news, in the local paper, anything like that, Jack, if I may ask? And I mean, I'm not, and you're more than welcome in here with us. Hey, we're open to anyone to join us. But if you have friends, family, or if yourself is struggling and experiencing the nightmare of CPS, please come join us. Hey, Miss Clearwater, how are you? Welcome in. Everybody's starting to come in. I'm a little bit late. I had a okay, okay. And I don't know if you're comfortable with maybe just sharing the outcome of their stories. You don't have to say any more about them, but did they get their kids back, or did was it something that traumatized them, Jack? If I may ask. Well, let me just that's what we're here to talk about also, Jack, is we're here to, you know, the ones like myself and the fellow people in the chat, some people in the chat, and people that are coming in that we've experienced these things and are still fighting for our children. Some of us are still have been going through it for a long time, and we we're here to ask for like we're here to ask for our audience to tell us their struggles with CPS. So, and even if you have a friend like Jack, if your friends want to join and share out our channel to them, they're more than welcome to come. We would love to hear their stories if they're up to it. And that's totally up to your friends. But I would love to know more. And if you want to share a story, hey, Jack, that would be great. And the more the merrier, you know, just we want to hear these stories of parents and families that have been torn apart by this this horrible nightmare called Child Protective Services. If your kids have been taken, removed, and just by petty and stuff that you would never dream in your wildest nightmare ever to have your children ever removed. It's like a scary movie, y'all. It's like a scary movie like we used to watch when we were little. Like like something you would never think would come true. And here we are. Here I am living it right now in my world with my child. I'll share something this evening that I had to see, but we'll continue on that in a second. But okay, so all right, parents, if you're out there and you hear this, and the ones that are here with us, if you have a story and you want to speak it and you want to share it and you want your story heard, please email the email cpsvhuntingjustice@gmail.com. Or you can also email unmasking foster corruption @gmail.com. Reach out to us, message us on the channel, leave a comment in the chat if you want to. I should have the chat over on the side, but it's underneath. It's at the bottom of my screen. If you are struggling with this, please, and you want to share your story and you want to be heard, please reach out to us and share. And we will, what we're doing is we want to know your state, the county, and your experience in your case, or someone you know who has the struggles with CPS. Thank you, our Dean, or Miss Clearwater. I'm glad to hear that you're okay. Chris said she's gonna go talk to her lawyer Monday. Jack said he knows some have and few haven't. Oh, and Jack, see, that's I wish, and so, let me ask you this, Jack, and if you're willing to answer this question, what are your feelings, or what is your opinion, or your what word am I looking for? Your input on the experiences that your friends have went through, the ones that got their kids back and the ones that didn't. What do you feel as though with the Child Protective Services system? And we are no answers is a wrong answer. Okay, there's no judgment here. Everybody, everybody has an opinion, and that's what we're wanting to know, everyone's input. So Christopher's also Christopher, he's helping me tonight with sharing out what we are trying to the movement we got right here, that we want to present this in front of to the president and the first lady and the administration on February 14th. So all submissions. All right. So today is the 3rd, everyone. Today's February 3rd. Happy birthday to my daughter, Audrey. Audrey, if you're out there listening, which you're probably in bed for school, happy birthday, baby girl. And I love you. Know that I love you. And I will be in touch with you today, whether you get the message or not. You'll hear it. I love you, baby. Happy birthday. You're beautiful. You're awesome. And you enjoy your day, baby girl. Mama loves you. So sorry, I had to give my daughter a shout out. I figured maybe that'll make her day too. I haven't got to see her in a long time. So all submissions need to be in by February 5th. So today's the 3rd. You got 2 days. 2 days. We want your all your if your information will be confidential. If you do not want us to share your name or your county, please let us know. Put that in the details of whatever you request. We will be more than happy to work with you, and definitely keep your personal information confidential, because that's, we're not here to cause harm to anyone and put anyone's life in any kind of bad way or harm's way or anything. No, we are doing this because we want to get your stories heard. The voices need to be heard. Your stories need to be heard. Don't be afraid, parents. You are powerful. We will help you with the knowledge. You are not alone. Let me say that. You are not alone, parents. You are not alone. There's so many of us. And I would never, ever believe that in my life that I've ever experienced anything and seen the horrific numbers of these families that are going through this. So, and then the person's working on, so the people that will be working on this production and getting it edited and getting everything, all the stories put together so we can present this on February 14th, will be your information will be held confidential, and it will not be released or anything unless you give us permission to, whatever you give us permission to put into the video and the story or the show. So your submission can also be anonymous. So if you don't want your information, you don't even want yours. I mean, we would like to know your state, but if you don't even want to say that, that's fine. Just know that here's your chance. Speak. Let's speak voices. Let's get you heard. Let's get, we think that we think we're all alone. We're not. Let's get our babies home. Let's get our babies home, because here's our chance. Here's a big opportunity that we get to voice ourselves. With the other administration, it wasn't like they were shutting us down left and right. Let's get it done. Let's bring this to the light, everyone. Now is your chance, and there's so many of us. Chris said, because right now I don't know what's going on, and right now my mom is not happy with this. Totally understandable, Chris. It's like now that Trump's in, they've come at us a little bit harder. So the ones that are going through CPS right now, and they are trying to like retaliate against us, but they're trying to make it like they're not. Be strong. Don't give up, because we're here for you. We stand together. We got this. I promise you. Trust me. Texas, I'm going to say shame on you. Shame on you, Texas. Y'all got my son. Shame on you. Y'all need to stop. Stop. And I will share this story in a minute. Christopher said, tell us about your emotional and mental health and how it's been. We're talking about the submissions, everyone, guys and gals. We're talking about your stories. All right. So so I'm going to jump back and forth. I am, which I'm scatterbrained. I really am. But I'm going with the chat. So but just, oh my goodness, what was that? Sorry, y'all. Oh, anyhow, so sorry. Let's see how it financially affects you. And if they misuse those funds if you, because I can tell you a lot of our cases, if your child was automatically thrown into foster care, sorry, I'm being rude. Oh, sorry. This is not the likes of me, boy. Sorry, that was rude. I do apologize for that. That was a burp. Woo, Lordy. So back to what we were saying. Sorry, Christopher. Yeah. Everyone should know by now how I am. Sorry, y'all. It's after midnight too. This was a spur of the moment thing, and then I thought somebody was going to be on with me, and then of course, my Mr. Naylor in the chat helping me. Thank goodness for Mr. Naylor. And I love everyone in the audience, the chat, and I thank y'all for joining in. So let me get back on track. How it has affected your professional life, your family life, how it's affected you psychologically, emotionally, mentally, physically, your daily routine, just your life like everything, your relationships. Maybe you're married, and how has it affected your life, your relationship and your marriage, like just any way, shape, or form that it's affected you in any way. We want to know. Because I can tell you right now, since my CPS case has started, it's affected me. And I could tell myself, but I also have heard it from others from the outside, people that I talk to, and they're just like, and it changes you. It does. It's like it feels like I can tell you how I felt. I feel, and sometimes I still feel this way. I'm getting stronger more and more every day. But it feels like my world has stopped. Like when all this started, it's like my whole world stopped, but the whole world was still going. Life's still going to go on. Life's still going to do what it's going to do. People are still going to live their lives. But it's like I was at a standstill. I was frozen in this little circle, but everything was going on around me and just moving. And I was just like a zombie. I was just a statue. I was just there. And I knew, but it's like I didn't know what steps to take. I didn't know which way to turn. I didn't know. I felt probably every emotion there is in just a matter of minutes, in a matter of seconds. Confusion, loneliness, isolation. What did I do what did I do wrong? I hope my son, the hatred, the worry for our children, the protection. Where are our kids? Are they safe? What's going on with them? Where are they at? Who has them? Because you're told nothing. Your kids are removed, and guess what? And some of us, the kids, what even like CPS shows at your door. If they don't have a warrant with the police, like Herbert says, if they show up at your door and they ain't got no warrant, and you can't, and they don't show you it, and they don't tell you who they are, do not talk to them. Yes, Herbert. The target date is still February 14th. Yes, it's still February 14th, Herbert. That is the target date, but we need submissions in the next 2 days, please. And if we have questions and stuff about your stories, we will reach out to you. But please get your stories in if you want to share them. If you want us to be able to share them out with the show on the 14th. Christopher, Miss Clearwater said, have you got the how to contact details? Is it in the regular email? We will get that out to you, I promise. I don't know my rights before, but now I do and always record the internet. Good job, Kaylee. Yes, that's correct. And I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat on the little, I'm like blind, y'all. Like, so if I look crazy, I'm sorry. But Kaylee, you're correct. If that's what that says, Kayla, I'm sorry. I need bifocals, y'all. Wow. Okay. So Chris, you see what they're asking? They're asking about the contact details. So now you see the email in the bottom. Let me see if I can, I wish I can put it up on the screen, y'all. Oh, but do you see the email down here where it says CPSV Hunting Justice? I'm going to put it in the chat as well. Okay. Let me get it down here. CPSV Hunting Justice. Is that hunting or fighting justice? I got the wrong email. Okay, it's hunting. All right. I don't even know why I got fighting. All right, so it's CPSV Hunting Justice. It's about to be in the chat, everyone, okay? So here's the email to contact. Do you see the email in the chat, everyone? And you can also email this one also. This is another email you can email. These to get your submissions in for okay. If you wanted, you can do it tonight. The Unmasking Foster Corruption at gmail.com is mine. And you can contact me, and others will have the access to it as well. And CPSV Hunting Justice at gmail.com is also contacting this channel. So reach out to us, get in contact with us. You can also leave a comment. You can also leave a comment in the chat if you need to. But you don't have to leave your personal information, please. You can reach out to us through also Facebook. We are reach out on the channel Wicked Warriors. If you go on YouTube, they're on YouTube as Wicked Warriors. You can also, let's see, there's Fight CPS, CPS Breaking News, Wicked Warriors. Then there's Unmasking Foster Care Corruption, which is my channel. Or you can just look up my name. I will put that in the chat as well. This is awesome. You can look me up on Facebook, YouTube, anything. Just look up that name. That's me. You can also contact us. Let me see if I missed Chris. Oh yeah, Chris. Chris, are you in here? Let's see. Okay, so let me catch up on my chat. Where was I? Okay, so Christopher says, yes, we have cases and we are helping ourselves. So we're helping you and we're also helping ourselves, but we are wanting to help you. So we do have cases going on ourselves, but we are here for you too, because you're not alone. We don't want you ever thinking you're alone, because we were in your position at one time. If you're just starting out with this nightmare of child protective services, it is something that nobody ever should go through. And the stuff they think they can get away with is absolutely it's they don't even go by their own manual. They don't even go by their own policies and procedures, their own statutes, nothing. They have that's why their child welfare manual is wrote out, and it's the things that in it are set in place for them to follow so it runs smoothly, not runs their way. So, but that's what they've seemed to be doing. And, that's, it's not working. Like it's tearing families apart. It's keeping these families are not being reunified, nothing. So stand with us. Let's bring it to the light. I'm not, if you fear that you're going to be like you're afraid of retaliation, don't let them bully you. Don't let them bully you. And he says, we are here as we the people. One is tough, y'all, but you know what? A pack is unstoppable. So let's make it happen. Let's pack it up and let's shout it out. Let's shout it out to the back, the ones in the back, over the mountain, to the west coast, east coast, north, south. Let's let them hear us. We want our kids. my name is Danielle Law, and I want my family back. I want to bring my family home. My brother wants his nephew home. I want my family back, and I'm sure a lot of you do too. We want our families back, and we the people have the power as we stand for one another. That's right. We stand together. We stand together. Like I said, my name is Danielle Waugh, and I want my family back. Say that. And I know you do too. I know Chris wants his family back. Christopher wants his family back. Chris wants her family back. Debbie wants her family back. Brenda, Darren, Kayla, Miss Clearwater, everyone. Herbert's here to help us get our families home. Herbert's here to help his cousin get our family home. Get our families back. Our families should never be devastated like this. We should never been a split up. We should be with our children, with our families, growing together as one, as a big happy family, and being there for one another, neighbors, loving our neighbors, and growing together, not doing what we're doing now. We should be building each other up, not tearing each other. They should not be tearing us apart. No. This ain't what is that Burger King thing? You can have it your way. No, they want it their way. And this ain't a one-way street, people, like with CPS. Like, no, do not let these people bully on you. No. Parents, you are powerful. You may not think you have the knowledge and you have the power, but you do. Give yourself more credit. You got the strength. You got the courage. Let's make it happen. Trust me, if you're just starting out, I was in those shoes at one time 2 years ago. And it's been the most horrifying thing. I thought I went through the most fearful thing in my life that I was scared of was, facing like losing someone right in front of me, and it that's something that, but I would never think that this right here with this CPS that people could just come and strip your family, right? Like, and just keep them divided, and these children be put in these facilities and these group homes with people that are abusive and that aren't good for them, that are toxic and just want the money, and these caseworkers just want the money, and no child should ever have a price over their head. I don't. That's wrong. Trafficking. What? How horrible does that sound? Our children are being trafficked. Jeez, they're being detained. They're being isolated. They're being hushed. They're being silenced. But our kids, I tell you, they know we're out there fighting for them, and they know. And the ones that think that they're your kids love you, and they know you're don't give up on your kids. You name it, all changed for me. Yes. I've been fighting for 8 years. Kayla said she's been fighting for 8 years and 10 days. It's okay when they're done with me. I'm still not. That's right, Kayla. Do not give up, and your strength will carry on with other parents, and you will bring other parents forward with that strength, honey. And that's awesome. And I thank you for coming forward. Thank you, and not giving up on your kids. Like 8 years. I just I don't think I've seen. Let's see. There's Tammy that's 34 years, and just think these cases should not be going on this long. Like, we should not, and automatically terminated these parents' rights and stuff. I can understand that the parent well, no child should be without their family, but still, if a parent doesn't want to change, but that kid does not deserve to be. It deserves to have a happy family, and there's families out there that would do, you know, I have my cousin. He made a comment. He said, Danielle, he said, there's a lot of kids out there that don't have families, and he said, I would like to be a parent to give him and his wife would want to give a child a home and a family that loves them unconditionally, and he. And that really touched me because he sees what I'm going through with my son, and he sees all the, that these kids lost in the system that are just put in these facilities, and that really just touched my heart. And I do thank my cousin, and I look forward to seeing the the family. He you know that's a blessing to know that there's family that is willing to help another family. If a family's struggling, and they, and you don't, the average person that don't have no one in their family or a friend going through this is not going to know what's going on in the CPS world. They don't see all this on, they don't speak about this on the news. Well, now they're going to, because we're going to expose it. We're going to talk about it. We're not going to hush anymore. Screw that. We're not. You will not silence me. I mean, try. You can't hold me forever. Kayla said, I didn't know my rights before, but now I'm due and always on the record. The interactions with them, document everything. Yep. Like Kayla said it, document everything, record everything. Every interaction you have. These people ain't your friend. They may act like it when they show up at your door, but they ain't your friend. Okay, so the submissions, Kayla. All right. So let me, is it a show for the, yes, it is. Chris said she's been helping her friend. Kayla, we'll get back to you. Okay. Here's the email, everyone. You see this email? This email at the bottom, there's 2 emails. I've got this one and this one. These 2 emails, email them your submission, your story. And what your story is, hi, Jennifer, welcome in. Have them, they don't have kids, but tell you how to parent. You know what gets me, Kayla, now that you said that, I'm sorry, I'm jumping back and forth. We will get back to those submissions. And I'm good. But they, when they got my son, they were calling me to tell them how to take care of my child. Well, you say that we don't know how to parent, so why would they do that? Like, not only does that traumatize us and just makes us parents think that we're just like, tell me what y'all think about that. How is it that they can call us, but yet we're horrible parents or we're unfit? No, that is, they're neglecting that child because they're the ones that took them, and they are the ones that are supposed to know what to do in a situation like that. If the child's in danger, when the child definitely was not endangered, the only thing poverty is not a reason for a family to be torn apart. Just because there's a little bit of groceries in the fridge does not mean that family should have been torn apart and their child taken away and taken to a place that he don't know, away from his community. Like my son was sent to Texas. I'm in Georgia. My son was sent to Texas. Don't have no family out there. We're right here. We're right here in Georgia. I got kinship that's approved right now. And they still have not brought my son home. He is 19 years old on top of that, and he's autistic. My Bubba, my Alex, he's my baby. That's my boy. He's strong. That's my hero. And he's a lot. He's a mama. He said, we got to get all these kids' families. They all need a home. And we're going to take them all home. That's what he said at the place he's at. My son is out at a facility where he should be. He's in Texas, and he was sent out there against my consent. And it's like, and there's family. What's crazy is I have family. My aunt and uncle have stepped up to help get my son, and they have been approved for over a year. And they still, so this is the stories that we need to hear. These are the stories we want to hear. What are you going through? My experience, my mother passed away unexpectedly. She was guardian over my son, but I was involved in my son's life. It was set until he was 18. My mom passed 6 months or 8 months before he was 18. And just by false allegations and hearsay by a toxic family member, this is how it started. Do not, if you're one of them anonymous callers, do not, shame on you, do not call on these families. No. No. Is it okay for you to tear that family apart just because you're being spiteful? Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. A crime scene detective has my kids winning no matter what. I mean, she's winning no matter what. Is it because of her title, Kayla? Bless your heart. I'm sorry, Kayla. All right. So November 9th, this is the in Omaha. 75% of child welfare workers have unlawfully large caseloads, an ongoing trend national experts called shocking. Chris said August 30th, 2024. Here are the victims of the new report says kids in Nebraska foster care system remain in state's care too long. Targeted patents. We don't stop. Right. Don't stop. Do not give up. Protect them babies. Let's protect our families. Bring our babies home. I want my family back. And I'm here to stand with you. Let's do it. It's time to march, like we said the other day, Chris. It's time to be aggressive, right? Kayla says she's in TPR trial right now. I haven't been arrested or in criminal court since 2012. So, you know what, Kayla? I can how old are your kids? And you've been dealing with this the whole like for 8 years? And let me share something with you, Kayla. My son, CPS was never in my life. And when we did the guardianship orders in 2011 in my family, with me and my certain family members, me, my aunt, my mom, and my cousin, because I have 3 kids, not just one. I have a boy and 2 girls. So I needed help because you know what? I was facing a troubled time. I was going to prison for a couple years, and I asked my family for help to keep my kids out of the state's hands. The judge left it up to me and my family. And he said there's no reason for CPS to be involved. So they have never been involved until over a decade later. My mother passed unexpectedly, and my aunt swooped in and started a nightmare that we should have never, just by false and hatred and with the intent of trying to sabotage my life just to keep me from, I don't know. I may never get my answers, but you know what? It it's not gonna happen. I promise you. She's not, they're not getting away with this. Like, you don't do this to people's families. You don't do this to children. Families don't do this to other family, but it happens. And it's sad to say the ones that you think would have your back the most, they don't. But you know what? I can't say this. Thank you, Mom. May you rest in peace. And thank you, my nanny. May you rest in peace, because they did step. And if my mother was still here with us, I can promise you this would not be going on. I know that. And so thank you, Mom, and I thank her every day for, she protected me. She did. And I'm not gonna let her down. This is my baby, my boy. And I've got 2 daughters, and I love my girls to death. I love them. Well, I love them a lot more than they would ever think or ever know, because they've been, my girls, my youngest, poor, bless her heart. I haven't, when I got in my troubles, I asked these family members for help, but not ever thinking that would be the last time that I would ever see a child, because of alienation, parental alienation. And yes, people, it is real. It is real. Narcissists, or they want to blame you. Well, wait a minute. You try to be in your kid's life and you're just turned away left and right. What are you supposed to do? Just give up on them? No. No. I'm that mom that I'm the one that, I promise you, you hear everybody cheering, I'm the one on the sideline cheering you the loudest. The one you heard the loudest, that's your mom. To my girls and my son, that's your mom. My son, I was never out of his life. My son, I was always in his life. Whether or not he was with my mother and my nanny, I was always involved in my son's life, no matter what. Special Olympics, we had a little, my son, that's my, look, when I tell you that's my twin, y'all, the boy, like but he tells me he's better looking. Like, yeah, he's that's my baby. And I'm going to tell you, he says to be yourself. He said, "Don't change for no one." That's what he told me to tell everyone out here. Don't change for no one. Don't let nobody take you away from you. You be yourself and don't change for no one. And hear that song, that song, "This is brave, this is true, this is who I'm really, this is me." That's the song that he wanted me to make. And so I'm gonna have to share out that video sometime this week. I will. But let's get back on topic. Okay. Kayla, I would like you to contact me, because I would like to be in touch with you about your situation, because I feel as though we can relate with one another in our CPS, in our situations, because I have I have I have that same, like, but you've never, and you're facing. We'll be in touch, Kayla, definitely. Chris said she don't forget. I don't forget that the foster mothers. Don't forget the foster mothers. Are you talking about the foster parents' home, like the foster homes that the group, like the homes are the kids are put in? Optimus Prime, till R1, till all are one. That's right. Yes, Optimus Prime, till all are one. We are one. We are united. We will come together as one, and we will battle. We will win this. We will win this fight. They are not keeping our kids. It's time. This has been going on way too long, and it's been overlooked, and it's been just. I mean, I don't understand how there's so much room for error in this family court system, or with our children, especially our children. Like, come on, our children compared to criminal court and the ones that have ever been involved in criminal court, there ain't room for error. Oh no, 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 no. But when I was like, since I've been involved in this family court, there is what? Like, it's, wow, there's so much room for error. And it's like, shame on them. But they get to fix it and move on. No. For one, they should be able to backdate something to a past time that happened in the now. Now before then. No. That is wrong. How are you going to do that? That's like bringing the past to no. We like leaving our past behind us, don't you? Like, I have a past the past is behind us for a reason. We don't look back at it. No. I don't want to look back at my past. I want to look to the future. I want to see I want to go that way. I don't want to go that way. That's why it's back there. I want to go toward the future. I want to work on tomorrow, not yesterday, right? I want to work on today, tomorrow, the future, not this way. But that's why the past is left behind. That's why they said, put the past behind you. Well, why what's that show? You leave it in the past on follow the Lion King. You leave it in the past. Is that what his name? The little monkey, the baboon, whatever he is. Oliver Ruffin, Sorry, y'all. Can't even talk. Okay. So together we are strong, right? I'm sitting here making myself laugh, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh god. I was just thinking about that little baboon thing on the I would take my hair. The baboon thing on the Lion King. You leave it in the past, right? I mean, they tell us, why can't we? Miss Clearwater said she's been fighting this for 26 years, y'all. 26 years. Christopher says, never give up, Kayla. Never surrender. Do not back down. Do not give in. Do not give up. Do not let these people walk on you. Do not let them bully you. And do not let them in your house. Do not let them get your kids. Protect your babies. Miss Clearwater said she's been fighting for 26 years, fighting for her grandchildren and campaigning and raising awareness in Scotland. So y'all see that, everyone? Listen up. Do you see this? Look at this comment, y'all. The United Kingdom. It's going on worldwide, everyone. Worldwide. It's going on everywhere. Miss Clearwater is in the United Kingdom, and they are snatching kids over there. They are taking kids. You would never, why are children 26 years of fighting and they're just taking kids like it's like they just can steal candy from a candy store? This ain't Willy Wonka. That was a movie. And yes, they didn't. No. We are parents. We have a right to be in our children. We have a right to raise our children. And it is our right. And it's our right to be involved in our children's life, to be involved in this whole nightmare that CPS wants to start. And then when you do services and you think you're done, guess what? They try to push more on you. And then they tell the courts that, hey, you ain't doing nothing. Or they don't tell them anything and just make you out to be some abandoned that you just gave up. No. I know a lot of y'all, and I know me, and I know the ones that are not, we don't give up. We don't give up. The submissions will tell, so your stories that you send in, that we're going to share, that we are going to put out there, and we are going to make we're going to be part of this, we're going to bring our families home. That's going to, you know what? That's going to be part of making America great again. Having our families, being together. You see that? You see that word? Together. You know what? I wish I could pull up my computer and read to y'all this phrase. That it would be awesome. Y'all would like this. Let me see if I can. But we will work on this, and I'll still try to talk at the same time. So it's going on nationwide, everyone. It's going on in my town, your state. So we are trying to get states, 50 states. We are trying to. There we are. I'm back. Ooh, I thought y'all lost y'all. Let's see. Kayla said, I won't now. I'm only learning. Hey, it's a learning process, baby girl. It is, Kayla. And that's, well, sorry, y'all. It's okay. Somebody just, yeah, the dog dropped. She just bombarded through the door. Thought I locked it. She's nosy. My dog's nosy, y'all. Let me pull up my computer. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Christopher, I know you're getting, if don't lose patience with me, I promise. I'm sorry. I do have something I want to share, though, if I can find it. I screenshot. Okay, Kayla. Cool. Kayla said, I used to go to a foster home to wash my daughter's hair because they put her in an African American home as she has never lived with that culture. And it's it's how do the children feel? And this is not meaning no harm towards anyone. We are not talking about the color, nothing. We are all one. We are all together. We are all fighting the same battle. But imagine what our children think. I mean, that's not. I mean, if that's not what they're used to, imagine the shock that what kind of trauma that could be like. And it's not meaning nothing hateful towards anyone in this chat or in this podcast or anything. We are not meaning no. We are all equal. We are all equal, and we are all one. And that's what we're going to be. But just imagine our children being in a total culture shock at home and a community that they're not used to. And imagine the community, how are the home themselves and them not knowing, that they are foster parents and they have children of their own, and, a different, like she said, a different culture comes and imagine what kind of, it could go any kind of way, really. And there's kids that have been in multiple placements, and it's sad. Why not leave them with their community? Because at the end of the day, it's the child welfare manual. They're supposed to let them be involved with their communities. Miss Targeted Patton says they need to follow the family-based model and get rid of the community-based model that most still use despite the horrible recidivism stats. Proves that they just care about the money, not the kids, right? We're supposed to be worried about the kids' well-being. Said, I'm sorry they're doing this to you and your son. Thank you, Miss Our Targeted Patton. It's a fight, and it's sad that there's family. My family, like my aunt and uncle, have fought right there with me and have been through everything. The drug test, hair follicle, everything, and they are like, wouldn't you think that if that should be the first best interest of the child, the well-being of the child should be with family? Am I correct? I mean, I know that it's proven facts that all across the board with these researchers and these psychologists and doctors, they said it's always, everything across the board is proven that a child does better with family, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles. The child is more productive, more successful, develops is more to be successful, to be most likely to succeed, like, and with their family, their community, the people they know, not in these foster homes, not in these facilities. And I'm going to tell you right now, no child, special needs, normal, no child needs to be locked away in a facility like they're in prison. No. What did that child do to get in trouble? I've been to prison. I know what it's like, and no child never needs to go through that. I did my time. It's in my past, but no child should ever have to go through something like that. And not knowing if they, darn well they didn't do nothing wrong. Why is these kids put away in these residential treatment facilities and forgotten, isolated from the world? My son has been a social butterfly his whole life, and now he's been in this facility for 2 years. And and he's an adult. He's an adult. Like, I thought foster care was voluntary. Like, that's how corrupt these people are. Okay, this is at Kayla. And this is also for everyone. The submissions are for our February 14th episode to cover the issues that affect us. We are going to cover the financial tax money that is collected by taxpayers and the waste of that money. I'm better at voicing my story. I am too, Kayla, to a point. And Miss Clearwater said, we lose our identity and feel guilty and worthless for being falsely accused and jump through their hoops. And then your caseworker don't tell you what you're supposed to do, nothing you're supposed to do. And you're on this wild goose chase trying to figure out what to do to bring your children home, to get your children. Then you find out what to do and you get it done. And guess what? There's more to do. The average child is in foster care 2 years, 24 months, guys, 24 months. When I thought 18 months is when they're put up for adoption at 18. What? Like, usually if they're in foster care for 18 months, like, they go for, I know in my state they go for TPR, like, but the average child is in foster care for 2 years. My son, 2 years. Every other parent that I've talked to is 2 years or longer. I have not met anyone yet that's had a case that's been successful in less than 2 years. And it's not even successful at 2 years. I'm not, with me, you would think that even having family that is to save, and they're not even acknowledging family. I know a lot of you have family out there that would love to help you with your children and get your family back home, and they're being denied. Tell them to speak up. Let's get their voices too, because I promise you, they're gonna hear us, and they are. So, Mr. and Mrs. Trump, the administration, the cabinet up there, Paris Hilton, hey, we are here. We need to be heard, and please listen. This is serious stuff, and these are our babies. Can we please bring our babies home? Please. It's all a money game. It's all a money game. Okay. And Chris, let me get back to the comments. Let me get over here. My phone froze, and oh no. Hold on, Chris. There we go. All right. I know to find my charger. We are going to also cover the failures of the CPS HHS system, the rights of the parents and children that have been violated, such as the Fourth Amendment, the violation of protected liberty interest, 8 consecutive years. Kayla, wow. Chris, I'm getting there. I'm trying to keep. The workers who are complicit in separating kids from their parents are the main reason it's as corrupt as it is today. Right. There's bad apples always in this. It's not necessarily the system itself. It's the people that work in it. And, there's a policy and procedure that they have to implement and abide by, and they don't even do that. And the bad apples are what makes it all. So it all needs change. I mean, and we got to wean out the bad apples, like the ones that are corrupt. They probably don't even have kids themselves. Like, they probably never, half of them ain't even licensed. Half of them don't even know what the hell's going on. Pardon my French. Yeah, I feel bad because my roommates, they don't, it's loud, and, I'm being loud, and I hate it. I'm sorry. I'm in Georgia, y'all, and it's 1:00 in the morning, but it's okay. Yeah. This was they know we had to share this story out, and it's good to know that you have a support team, around you. And it's hard for the ones that don't, when you don't have a support team, and it's hard. But I can say that everyone that I've had that's been around me, that they've been a real good support and been real understanding. So that's always good to have. All right, Chris says, Christopher, we want your submissions to add to the February 14th so we can add to what we've experienced and what you've experienced. And we want to cover how it affected other families in all the states, all 50 states. Shout out to your friends, your family, other people that are going through this. We want to hear from you. This is like the, what is that? We want to hear from you. We want to hear your stories, parents. The time is now. The time is speak. Let's call. This is a call to action. Let's go. Let's get her done. I'm waiting on y'all. We're waiting on, and we gonna make it happen. Christopher, we got a good team right here. We got a lot more. Y'all ain't alone. Let's make this let's get this party started and let's get our kids home. They love to preach accountability and they want to hold us accountable, but they don't want to do it avoiding it completely when their methods fail, right? And they do their own, they try their own way, and it's fails. The caseworkers, if your kids take it removed, they have a due diligence and a fiduciary duty to the taxpayers to exhaust all reasonable efforts before placing your child in foster care, and they don't do that. They automatically put your kid in foster care. I can probably tell you 84% of us, or 90% of our cases, that's what they do. They're please don't. Sorry, y'all. Uh, yeah. Oh, I see. Okay. I will definitely check that after the show, Kayla. Definitely. Even the guardian ad litems, attorneys, judges, your judges. For the judges to be letting these cases go through, like, there's no fraud upon the court. Like, there's no false. I mean, if these things were submitted to the court and filed on perjury upon the court, that's fraud. Like, and these judges are just overlooking it and just going what CPS says. That is wrong. And shame on you, judges. And that's a lot of judges across the nation, across the world. They know better. And they are supposed to be at the end of the day, anyone involved in the CPS world or in these cases has a duty to look out for our children's best interest, and they are not. They are not supposed to keep the kids separate from their siblings or their families, and they do. No wonder why when these kids age out and when these kids get older, they are not successful. Within the first year, which 98% of them are homeless. By the 3 to 5 year, they're incarcerated, using substance abuse, homeless, poverty levels, pregnant at a young age. I mean, the list goes on. They should, and when these kids age out, they're just put out there and nothing. When there's funds, these funds are not being used in the way they should be. There's so much funds out there that is just being, sorry, pardon my French, pissed away for nothing for these people's pockets, while our kids are just, I would love to share a video with y'all tonight, but I'm to get some input on it of what I went through on my visits. My son's shirt was ripped. I'm going to share this story with y'all. My son's shirt, I don't like talking about it. I had to go through this on my visit tonight, was not expecting this, but I will be addressing it, I promise you. But I want to share it with y'all, and I want to share it with the world. My son is in a residential treatment facility. My son tonight, his clothes were ripped. Like somebody grabbed his shirt and was manhandling him for no reason. And the way he looked on this visit, he was always staring around him. You know what? I went through this a year and a half ago. And all of a sudden tonight, my son said, "Leave me the hell alone," speaking to someone behind the video. What is going on with my child? Why is my child saying these things again? Why is my son's shirt ripped when that shirt was not like that the other week and a half ago? Why was it around here like someone just manhandled? That is what I had, and my son was scared. Someone was trying to, I don't know what they were doing behind the tablet. I do know that it wasn't something that, it shouldn't have been happening. And this has happened before. This has been addressed before with these people. And what, they think they can just pick on my son? No. But I want to know who manhandled my son and handled him like that. I want to know who thought they can just do that with my child. No, sir. No, ma'am. Leave your hands off my kid. We are not doing this. But his shirt was ripped. My son is not a mean boy. He's not. He's very actually gentle, and he's very kind and loving. He's very sweet. Be kind to others is what he's always telling others. They want money, yes. And there's Christopher. Let's go back to the submission thing real quick. We are going to cover the constitutional violations and how it is destroying our family with facts, actual reported financial statistics, and statistics, real numbers, that is not misinformation, the truth. So the submissions will help tell the lack of accountability in these courts and with these cases. The February 14th episode is about accountability and the lack of it. trying to get the attention of the Trump administration. So we got to make our voices known, everyone. We've got to be heard. And that's we've got to speak out. This is your chance. This is the time. This is, if you want, how you get that one chance at a lifetime, I'm not gonna say it's that, but this is like one of like that in a way. Did I say it? I mean, I was okay. Targeted that and said, because the people at the top who make the final decision are the main monetary beneficiaries of keeping the kids in the system. And it's a money game to them. Cash for kids. If y'all would see the amount that these kids and then their diagnosis and what these foster families, that the foster parents, what they get, the more kids, the better. Why are our children like a hustle game to them? Why would they want to ever be in that involvement? Do they not have their own kids? But I do know that there are some foster families out there that are awesome, and I do know one that I'm very, and I just love seeing their family, and I wish a lot of more foster families were like them. And this is a mixed colored family. They have mixed, but they're awesome, and they would be the perfect role model family to show to the world of what we would want, if anything, these kids to have, that their sanctuary, their safe haven. And this family is absolutely the most, and I cannot, I mean, I'll try to get them to see, maybe they can come on the show if it's not, if it doesn't put, I will talk to them and see if they can, and that would be awesome. And I know she would, or maybe just get them to do a video for us, and I could share with y'all that they're amazing, and they, and they're awesome. And I will share their name as soon as I talk to them. That's what they're doing for me. They're doing nothing. They don't do nothing. They don't do nothing. They only do stuff for themselves. Everybody. And you're in Illinois, Kayla. So Illinois. I don't think I've heard any. I mean, I've heard stuff in Illinois, but it's bad up there. Here we are. We got Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, Maine. Maine's horrible. Connecticut, North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama, Texas and Georgia. Shame on you. Shame on you. Texas and Georgia, I'm not too happy right now. And there's many other parents. Camden County, Georgia, Cherokee County, Georgia. Yeah, I said it. Yeah. If you're involved with that county in Georgia, please reach out to me. Mhm. Yes, I would love to speak with you. In Georgia, and then Texas, Washington State, Washington, D.C., New York, every state you can think of, Iowa, California, Oregon, Alaska, everyone, Alaska, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Florida. Did I say Florida? Delaware. Delaware, Rhode Island, all of the 50 states, Montana, Kansas. We got a family in the chat for Kansas, Chris. Chris is in Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas. I'm sure Arkansas is on Missouri, Minnesota. Shall I continue on? Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio. I mean, New Mexico. Yeah, Arizona. Yeah, they're there too. Nevada. Shall we continue on? I'm sure y'all. I mean, y'all get the y'all understand. I don't have to. North Dakota, South Dakota. They're probably the only two that I haven't really heard anything happening up there yet. I can only say that for myself. I don't know that there may be, and I'm sure it's just as. But think, we're also talking about overseas, y'all. United Kingdom, Scotland, Miss Clearwater in Scotland. What was it? There's another other places. What was in Africa? Australia. I've had people, Guam. Everywhere, everywhere. We've had visitors from Russia, China, Korea, everywhere, everybody, everywhere. Please let us have our children. Please, can we, please? Those are our babies. Europe, England, Paris. Can I just say that's everywhere, everybody? Like, the only place that probably ain't said is the North and the South Pole. Surely, I mean, my goodness, it's horrible. There needs to be more public oversight on the entire family court system. It needs to be reformed, and that's what we're here for change, people, for change, right? Targeted, Patton, and I thank you for voicing. And let's get it out there, y'all. Share, 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 share the word, share the word, share the word, and we will speak. We will speak. We will speak. I will be the voice. Christopher will be the voice. You'll be the voice. We can do this. Every day I learn new stuff. Yes, and I have a curious mind and about to start. You know what? I did that as well, Kayla, and I took a break though because the whole CPS thing it is very time because you have to learn and they don't tell you nothing, and it does, and it's like every emotion there is, you lose, it messes up our family relationships that it could mess up our our relationship we're in right now if you're with someone, and and like I've said, to if you got one standing beside you, hey, that's awesome, because I'll tell you it's hard, and I wouldn't. It's good to have a support team. It is. Kayla says her daughter wasn't used to it, and me and that foster mom get along. That's why she had me come over to show her how to wash her hair. That's awesome. Now that child is with my parents. She went to over 10 homes. Yay, by the grace of God, instead of a facility, they let her go to their house. You know what, Kayla? My son would have been he would have been able to. He was supposed to go with me, and this was done out of spite, out of hatred, pure evil, pure selfishness, greed, and it shouldn't have happened. And my son, it took me 2 months to find out where my son was. Like, that's how crazy. I mean, y'all will hear my story soon. Trust me, and I will have my son. My son will be home. I promise you that. And y'all's babies will be home too. We're gonna get them home, and we're gonna make this happen. And my son's gonna help fight this. He's all about bringing these kids home too. So even though he's in the residential treatment facility, my son's voicing it too, and he's fighting too. So go Bubba, go Alex. That's my boy. Team Alex. Oh, all right. So, and it's good to have family out there. Okay. Kayla said she'll send something over. A referral alone takes up 5 months. Yeah. A family that's going through, and they have this ICPC thing, and we'll have to talk about that. That's a whole nother story in itself. That's a joke that they don't even, that's like interstate compact think about it. Think about somebody on probation or just got into prison if they want to move out of state. Well, it's just like the same terminology, but our children, interstate compact placement, of our children, across state lines, trafficking our children for one, and for two, they're not prisoners. They're not criminals. What the? I think I could say some bad words when it comes to that because that just upsets me. The same terminology that used for criminal system is used for our children, and that's just horrors. That's not cool. My son is not a prisoner. My son's not a criminal. He's not a troublemaker. He's not. I did my time, and it's shame on me. And but I made changes. I did, and it's the past. But my son don't deserve my son didn't do nothing. What did he do? Our children are innocent. What do they? No, no, no. The kids will suffer harmful effects their entire lives from this. It's never it's years of trauma, and it's going to be a lifelong battle. But you know what? I'm ready to help my baby work on getting over this. When we got to get him home, and um, you know, once we get our kids home, we're still going to help one another get through this because this is going to be bonds that's going to be unbreakable for years to come, y'all. That's what also with this fight for our children. So just think, that's the uplifting side of this too. It's not where I'm also helping, and we're gonna learn from one another and become one. We stand together. Yes. And Christopher says, Target Patent, there is actually legislation for citizen review panels. Oh, Chris, under HHS, it takes a 501c3 nonprofit to be able to be in. I am researching the laws on this. Chris, those citizen review panels are like a joke, honestly. Like what? They're not, they're supposed to be. I mean, when I had one and it wasn't even right. Like they had it totally without me and left me sitting in the waiting room on the other side of the courthouse and told me that, and then acted like, yeah. Christopher, I would love to know what you find out about that because that's something new that they've started here, and yeah, it's the numbers still ain't good. The outcomes, nothing out of year unless it was unfounded in 60 days. Right? They're supposed to close these cases if they find it in 45 days here in Georgia. Targeted patent nailer says, hold on, guys, let me get this. Let me moving on to move. Okay, here we go. Targeted patent citizen review panel is a way for us to have oversight. Like I said, I am researching the laws because it's in all 50 states by HSS. As soon as I figure it out, we will cover it. Awesome. Okay, that's awesome. All right, Herbert, here we go. If CPS shows up to your door, Herbert he's in on the law enforcement side, retired law enforcement officer, helping us learn that side of the CPS world when they involve law enforcement. When they bring law enforcement with them to your house, all the law enforcement there is to keep the peace. They are not supposed to have no involvement in the case, nothing, just to make sure that nothing turns domestic or are bad. Just to make sure there's the peace and it whatever the outcome is, it's peaceful and it doesn't hurt. Nobody's hurt. And but if there's no warrant, but like Herbert said, don't lose your temper with the police. It's not going to improve your case with CPS. Speak up in court. The police just follow procedures and directives. They can't get your children back. Herbert, wait up. I know you said something else, Herbert. You got to. If Herbert shows up at your door, don't answer it. But if Herbert shows up at your door with CPS, ask them if they got a warrant. Let them identify themselves. If they can't prove anything to you, don't talk to them. You don't even have to talk to Herbert. If Herbert tries to sugarcoat something and be your friend, and Herbert's just there to keep the peace. And if they don't have a warrant, once again, if they don't have a warrant and they don't tell you why they're there without a warrant, still don't let them in. If they have a warrant that is described to a T, has every little detail in it that what they're there for, and they identify themselves, the next steps you take is you be polite with them and you only do what the warrant says. If there even is a warrant, because I can tell you a majority of the time there ain't no warrant. No. A lot, 84% of these cases, when they first come out to your house for the investigation, there's no warrant. They will try to show you a stack of papers. Like they will try to show you a stack of papers and say, hey, this is this, I got this, and well, and you don't see that, that's the warrant. You don't see your name, and there's nothing wrote on it. It's probably just a safety plan that they're trying to get you to sign if you let them in your house. Because I promise you, you let them in and you tell them things, they're building a case against you and they're going to come in and try to find stuff on you. So do not let them in without a warrant. Yeah, and do not, if your child's in imminent danger, don't ever don't put your child in harm's way. Never do that. And these children don't deserve that. And parents that are doing that, don't. If you're struggling, if you got family, ask your family for help. Don't put your kids through let your children deserve to be children. And then we'll go over that another day. All right, the residential treatment facilities, Kayla. I'll just missed your comment. I will take right back at it. I'm sorry. I will go back. No wonder they made the laws like that at Christopher. The residential treatment facilities are the 5013Cs. Yes, and that's where my son's at right now. And you know what, Chris and Targeted Patent, I would love to share with y'all a report that was done because that's why John Ossoff came out with a Foster Care Transparency Act. I would show y'all the visit tonight, but I don't. Christopher, what do you think about that? You think I should to play the visit tonight that I was on with my son? Think I should? Or play a visit? I can show you like a minute and something of one from a year and a half ago with my son. What do you think, Christopher? And it'll tell you about these residential treatment facilities. I mean, I can blur out. Herbert said police may have kids in CPS or family member kids in CPS. Right. Target Patton said they tried suing me for child support after court order placement, claiming that it was $290 a day to house my son in a nonprofit residential treatment, and the whole thing was bullshit. Right. They canceled. I opened up child support on myself, Targeted Patton, in 2018, and I was paying it on my son after my family. Like, we already had guardianship in place for over a decade now, but I had to end up graduating the program I was in. It was part of the thing. And when I opened it, when my son entered foster care and was sent out, they canceled the child support just out of the blue. Just never served me with nothing. And all of a sudden I just got this voluntary dismissal. And I'm like, my son, I mean, so it was weird. It was very weird. And they wrong. So that right there, I mean, not even knowing what this voluntary dismissal was, they just shows up in the mail. And I'm like, hello, not even in the jurisdiction it was supposed to be in. Totally wrong jurisdiction. Like, they don't even know what they're doing. They just throw stuff on a piece of paper and send it out and wish it the best of luck in my eyes. I mean, they don't even know who, they can't even tell who, excuse me, y'all. Ooh, that was loud. Sorry. These residential treatment facilities are horrible. The kids don't belong in them. And they just know these kids are going through things. I don't, every day I see my son on this video, and the things, the screams and the things that you don't want your baby to go through that. Why are they doing this? Why? I mean, my son, he's never been to a place like that. He's never been away from family. And just imagine being stripped from your family and sent to a place that you don't know nothing. You have no family. You don't ever been in a lockdown place like this. He's at his freedom. And where's your mom? Where's your family? Where's your meemaw? Where's your dad? And all you see is the same people every day. It's not fair. My son, we're going to get our babies home. Judge Green is now retired, and our judge is the 17th Circuit Court. They are paid to adopt our kids out. They're all in it. They all get funds from something of it. Title 4D, sorry y'all. Christopher said, of the Social Security Act, monies pays for the judges, CPS, DFs, yes, gals, anybody. It costs all citizens of our great country. The taxpayers pay these people. Sorry, y'all. Started crying. And then, just getting over being sick. Title 4E, yeah. And then the Social Security Act. And so they get this money. Oh, yeah. And let me see if I can find it. Let me see. I should have. Yes. And they use it inappropriately, the funds. Misuse of funds. And the federal government, they look down upon that. Like, that is one thing they do not tolerate, period. But it's not ever spoke about, and nobody ever brings it up. Like, it's not ever addressed, everybody. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Oh. All right, there we go. Better. We just can't ever. There's like some sickness going around, and it's no fair. It's bad. The Targeted Patton said the judge's retirement is funded from the federal grants. The states get based on how many kids they help, and how many they run. So it's like a quota. It's like the more cases, the better, right? Oh my god. Or the more, like in these residential treatment facilities, the more these kids are diagnosed with different diagnoses, the more they get. It's like, oh, well, if this kid has 17 diagnoses, that's more money. I get this. And the longer these caseworkers keep these kids in the foster care, the more incentive they get. But they can't help these families or these guardians or these not foster, the families, the parents, the grandparents, with building their family and strengthening them back to the way to fix the problem that caused all this to begin with. Whatever they were struggling with, you can't help fix that. Like, shame on you, caseworkers. Y'all know darn well that y'all are not doing what y'all are supposed to. The caseworker, if you have a case with CPS, that caseworker should be attached to you at your hip and like your motivator, your encourager, your person, the person pushing you to do better, to build you up to where you can take care of your family. And they are not. They are totally isolating us, knocking us out to where we are not, making us out to be the most horriblest thing, and trying to get our kids to turn on us. And what? Go own CPS workers. Stop your stuff. Be mindful. Look at what you're doing to these families. What if it was yours? What if it was yours? You think that you're like immune from that? You think that you're safe from that? No. You're somebody just like we are. Hey, it can happen, people. Anybody can go through this. You can wake up the next, and you never know what life's gonna do the next. We never know. It's how we overcome it and how we take it on, how we battle it. But shame on you, caseworkers. Y'all know darn well what y'all are supposed to be doing. This is a system meant to help and help the weak and build and strengthen you, to build strengthen families, is there to weaken families and divide them. The Department of Human Services, Division of Family and Children Services. Get that division. Families divided, it sure ain't families reunited. The reunification rate nationwide and probably even worldwide is so crazy. It's not even, I know a lot of places it's not even in the 20s, not even in the teens, some of them. It's not very successful. It's not very, it's like it's automatically set up to fail and don't give up. You got this, parents. You got this. You got this. Remember, let's go back to the submissions. February 5th, everyone. The emails were in the chat. If you scroll back up, I can put it in that chat again. Let's get these submissions in by February 5th. Christopher, myself, my name is Danielle Wall. We got Christopher in the chat. He's a very knowledgeable, he's a big help, and I thank you, Christopher, because if it wasn't for Christopher, I definitely probably wouldn't be on this long. And I know I'm rambling my jaw, but Christopher's very knowledgeable, and if it wasn't without Christopher, I probably would not even know what I'm talking about, like about the submission thing. And Chris is a big help. He's very, very, very knowledgeable man, and he has the passion and the heart to help you in this fight. He wants everyone's kids home. He wants his kids home. He wants to help. He's helped families. He's with himself. He has faced this himself. Very strong man. Very strong man. And I thank you, Christopher, for not giving up on us and being here with us and helping us. And we are here to help you. And I can't thank you enough for the jumping in and just like taking the bull by the horns with me and just like, Danielle, that's awesome. I love it. And I thank you because I'm a hot mess. I'm just, with my whole situation. I'm sure Christopher can agree with me. I'm scatterbrained is what I call it. I never even knew I had ADHD until all this. Like, this trauma has triggered things with me. I have anxiety, and then like I try to isolate myself, and you can't do not isolate yourself in this situation. Do not do that. That is the worst thing to do. Self-care, always self-care. Always look out for yourself as well. Don't overdo it. Don't get burnout. Don't overdo it. Self-care, people. Don't overdo it. Do not get to where you just don't do it. We are here for you. If you ever feel yourself struggling, there's 988. Someone's always available 24/7. If you don't feel comfortable talking to them, reach out to us. You are not alone. I'm not alone. You're not alone. I promise. We are not alone. You feel like it is, you're not. Reach out to someone. Do not ever think that you are not wanted and loved and appreciated. And we need you here with us. We love you. We need you. Do not give up. We are here for you. You are not alone. I'm sending all my hugs, my loves to every one of you. Air hug, Um, but we are here for you. We are one. We are one. We are gonna do this and we're gonna make it happen. Well, that's two, but there. We're one. We're one. Yes. We are going to come together. Yes, we are. Targeted Patent says, I'm in Pennsylvania where they prosecuted the judges in the Cash for Kids scandal, but I recently learned firsthand how bad the problem really is till this day. Yes. And how long ago was that? Sorry, y'all, I gotta get a drink real quick. And it's like my Coca-Cola. Yes, soda. Cambria County. I did hear about that in Pennsylvania. Wow. And what year? How long ago was that? Targeted Patent. And Joe, oh no, did he do that recently, Christopher? Is that one of the, oh no, he pardoned him? Oh, how sickening. I didn't even know that. What a, ugh. Just apply the legal definition of human trafficking to those juvenile programs, and any moron with half a brain would agree that they are guilty. Right, right. I mean, think like with my son, they take him from Georgia and to Texas. That's trafficking right there. They trafficked my son, definitely without my consent, and he's got placement here. All right, Kayla, good night. Kayla said, I got to go to bed. I got to be prepared for this call tomorrow morning for this group I told you about. I'll send it to you. Okay, Kayla, that's awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I will share it out with everybody. And I will accept your friend request, and you have good night and keep fighting, and sweet dreams, and be ready, and we'll be here together. And I thank you for coming in and give us your story. And we are here. We are all here together. We're here for you, and you be safe. Have a good evening. Have a good night or good morning. And we'll be here tomorrow as well. So thank you, Kayla, for joining in. I do appreciate that. And we will be in touch, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Miss Clearwater said, in every country of the United Kingdom, Scotland, England, Ireland, and Wales. That is the ones I forgot. Wales and Ireland, definitely. I've heard those two. Not respectable. The respective prime ministers gave us an apology for historic forced adoptions and forced foster care. Wow. Is that recently, our Miss Clearwater? Knowledge is our power against these criminals, and make sure these people understand how much you know, and the script will flip and they will fear you. Right. They think that we are fearful of them. I'm scared of them. No, we are fearless. We are not going to be silenced anymore, and we are unbroken. We're going to give, like the song that I played before the show. I don't know if y'all heard it. I mean, well, 20 minutes before the show actually started, I guess. There was a song that played, and I would play it again, but knowing my luck, as soon as I started playing it, I will definitely mess it up again, and we can do that at the end of the show. I'll be more than happy to play it again as we go out. But it's a song I wrote. It's called Whispers in the Shadows, and it's for us to fight for it. And my motivation was, my son, the voices that of these kids that are in the system, lost and just isolated, and they're not able to voice, and they're not being heard. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Coca-Cola. I have a 2-liter. I gotta stop drinking sodas too. It's bad. I need to. Sorry, y'all. Scandals, 1940s, 1971. So knowledge is power. Yes, parents, you are powerful. You're powerful. You're powerful. I wish I could find this poem that y'all would. I think y'all would enjoy it. Hold on. Let's see. Y'all just rambling on. I hope I get enough time on here, because I'll stay on however long I need to. Chris, how long do you think I need to stay on? I'm just Scandals, 1940s and 1971. So making it think it's done to happen. Anyone think it does not happen? Michelle McGuire, where's the share button? The share button is, are you on YouTube, Michelle McGuire? It is, I believe it's, I don't know what platform you're on, hun. But it's like an arrow. If you're on YouTube, I believe you have to come up on the screen, and it should be somewhere on the screen, come up and it'll say share. And if you're on YouTube, on TikTok, I'm not sure. I think but if you let me know what platform you're on, I'm sure somebody in the chat or myself can help you, Miss McGuire. Our Miss Clearwater says, "For mortality, but welcome in, Michelle. I thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. For mortality, but now in safeguarding issues, it's still child trafficking en masse now. Government minister in the UK. have shares our government ministers, have shares our own the private companies running these show things. Nothing has changed. And it's like it's getting worse. And I don't know if y'all have experienced this, but have y'all noticed that like now that Trump's been in office, it feels like they are retaliating a little bit more. It's like now they're just shutting off parents from the cases altogether. Like they're just not even contacting them at all or saying anything to them. What do y'all think about that? Because has anybody ran into that problem? I have, and I know there's other parents that have. It's just something that you would not ever think that you would be going through. And that is not what I definitely wanted to read y'all. That is wrong program, Danielle. Okay, but where did I put? Hold on. All right. I also wrote the song that I usually play on here at the beginning of my show is called "Free from Fears," and I first called it "Georgia's Hit and Scarlet Letter" because of the y'all know Nathaniel Hawthorne's Scarlet Letter. Okay, learn how these people are supposed to do their jobs and make sure to remind them as often as possible because nobody wants to lose their job. And it's the one, and right, and that, I mean that's the way of living. They have to have the job to provide for their families, but if they're not doing their job right, they need to go because this is messing up our families. So there's the child welfare policy. The child welfare manual is written to not to fail. I mean, it's written for a reason, just like everything with certain jobs is written out. You have a manual you go by. That's the job, whichever job you are hired to fill, whatever role you're playing with that company or whatnot, or in that field, career of your choice. There are things that are there for like manuals and stuff to abide by and rules and like laws and stuff because it's there to operate for smoothness and every now and then you will have hiccups, but that's, I mean, look at I can't look at a vehicle. It's going to mess up eventually. You're going to have to fix it. Well, but not nowhere near what this CPS is just got going on now because honestly, they don't even go by their own policy manual. They don't even go by what they're supposed to. Like, I can, I mean, what I've read is not what they're doing. They're throwing these kids in foster care and not even finding relatives. They're not even giving these parents a chance, and they're just totally trying to TPR them and take their rights and just give them to another family that wants to adopt a newborn baby. No, that just wants no. Shame on them. We got to get this brought to the light so we can get this change made because this is our future. This is for our future. These are our kids. These are our families. We want our families to be happy, be successful, and we want the world to be a better place, right? Let's make it. The Michael Jackson song, "The World a Better Place." Yes. We are one. We are not a divided Nate. We are not. We are one. We stand together, we fight together, we come together. We are the people. Let's get our families back. Let's bring our families home. Your family, my family, everyone's family. Your friend's family, if your friends go, let's get our families back. Let's get these families back where they belong, these kids back where they need to be with a loving family, their loving family. Where's the share button? Yes. Michelle, are you still in here, ma'am? The least amount of info you give these people, the better. That's right. Like Herbert and Targeted Patton said, they are not your friends. So when they show up at your door, they are not your friend. Do not give them information because once you do, they'll build the case against you. You don't want that. You don't want that at all. They're not your friend. They're not there to. And as a matter of fact, I'm sitting reading the Georgia Child Welfare Manual right now, and just the intake. I'm reading about. What am I reading about? Hold on. Making an intake decision. So if there's a court order in place, who has the authority when they're doing an intake to remove that child? Who has the authority to place that child? Is there a court order? Or is it these social workers that just think they can make a decision without? And once again, here is their policy and they did not. I mean, it's Reports involving human trafficking shall be screened regardless of where the maltreatment occurred or the state of residence of the victim child. And they got a document justification to support the case assignment, including the impact, screen out intake, but then they have procedures they have to go by. And intake reports, let's see. And they have a whole thing. I mean, they got things they have to do. And the things that they're doing, they have a family functioning, analyze defects history, results of other screen. Talk to family. They have not. They just take these kids and say, hey, you go in there, I wish you the best of luck. And they're not a visitation. I can't emphasize visitation enough. You're supposed to have visitation. And what is this? You have to come out of chat. A share button is above chat box. Okay. Michelle, Miss McGuire, did you see you have to come out of the chat and the share button is above the chat box. I'm trying to think of what that screen looks like. Y'all's screen. It's your parents' right to share about your children if you want to. Freedom of speech, freedom of press, and freedom of expression. Parents, you have rights. Parents, you have rights. Parents, you have rights. You have rights. You have rights. You are the best thing for your children. I will play a video. I have to write all this down to remember what to play for y'all on future shows here in the next couple of days. Because I'm going to try to be on a show every day. If I'm going to have to put a show on overnight, I will do that. I will be on different times. I usually do Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But since we got this coming up, I'm going to do probably just look for the notifications for the Unmasking Foster Care Corruption with Danielle. That's me. Hey, me and Christopher. Christopher will be on in the chat if he's able to be, or he can come on the show if he's more than welcome. And Brenda will be sharing about the submissions and everything as each show goes on. I do apologize for the shows not being on today. That should have been. I'm glad that they talked me into, because this, like I said, this was a just all of a sudden thing, and I'm glad I'm here with y'all because I thank y'all for coming in. Christopher, here we go. He says 42 USC 671 is a section of the United States Code. Oh, this is where I know, and this is what they fell at. Reasonable efforts, everyone. Reasonable efforts should be made to prevent a child from being removed from their home to allow them to return home. They should exhaust all reasonable efforts. Foster care or removal should be the last thing. And they are supposed to always search for family, no matter however long that child's in there. They're supposed to do diligent. They have a duty to search diligently for family or someone that's connected with that child to get that child back to where his community is, family. Right. Keep them close to home. You're supposed to keep these kids close to home, not away from home. My son hasn't seen his siblings in 2 years, and his uncle and that I had my brother who is disabled. He's 30. He just had a birthday. He's 38, and he's always asking where his nephew is, and he his Uncle Jay and my son, they are two peas in a pod. They are perfect. They are very smart, and just because they may have a condition, let me tell you, my brother's always fixing things, always, and my son is the same way. They're people too. They're people too. These are our kids. And just because they have a special condition does not mean that they're any different. They are people too, and their life matters as well. And I've received child support for my kids since 2014, and they drained thousands of errors owed to me. Closed my case and took me for support all in one day as soon as my appeal window was over. Crazy. I owe some back child support right now on my daughter, and it's funny. I had finished parenting class and everything, and they're still in the person that the other parent. They're not trying to mediate or nothing, and I don't think that's right. I mean, it's all about money. These other parents, and it's sad to say that these absent parents that are involved and they want to be in their children's life. And, a lot of fathers, there's a lot of fathers, but, I'm one of those moms. I am like the absent fathers that do want to be in their children's life, but we're being alienated and kept from our children. But they want, That's years we can't get back. And I mean, I just wish people weren't so greedy. This is devastating on these kids and us. I mean, these are our babies. We can't get this time back. Stop being greedy and selfish with someone else's life. This is our kids. This is babies. It takes two to tango, to make one, That kid deserves both his parents or her parents. And I love the devil hates women and children, right? Christopher, 42 USC, the section establishes state plans for adoption assistance and foster care. It also authorizes appropriations for payments to states and have approved state plans. See, there's stuff already set in place for a reason, everyone, and they just think they can run it themselves. More kids, bigger pensions for judges when they retire. Yep, and that's why they also come back and fill in for later on because they still get that money. Visitation, guys. Hey, did y'all know a CPS case is supposed to be about reunification? And they're not. They're about dividation, like dividing, denomination or what? Not denomination. That's not what I was. Just keeping you away from your kid, not reunification. Keep you on. Blatant conflict of interest. They train these caseworkers to. Let's see, hold on, y'all. They train caseworkers to believe that the parents are the enemy, right? And we are not. We are what's best for our children. The devil uses CPS workers to do his work. They truly believe they are doing a good job. Did y'all hear about the pink ladies in Arizona? The professional kidnappers that wore these shirts and wore around town saying professional kidnappers. And on the back it said, "Do you know where your children are?" These were social workers, people. How the pink ladies. What? Professional kidnappers? That's what they do. They're child traffickers and professional kidnappers. They do a really good job at that. I'll be darned. Like they do it damn good. Like they're filling that role real good. Shame on them. Shame on them for doing this. Shame on the ones that are corrupt, that are doing wrong, and they damn well know it. Shame on them. I can't emphasize enough that you know what? You will be held accountable, people. Caseworkers, social workers, anybody involved in that CPS word that is corrupt. Yeah, we will bring it to the light, and you will not keep our kids, and you will not do anything to hurt our kids anymore. We are speaking, and you will not silence us. We are not going to be broken. I can't. They may think they silenced us, but we're unbroken. We got this. We're speaking up. We're shouting out to the loud. And my higher power is listening, and he's not happy. You don't mess with the babies. You don't mess with the babies. You don't mess with his kid. They skew the stats in their own. And then it's funny that you talk about the stats and they just throw numbers out there. Like there was no kids over 17 in foster care in 2022 in the state of Georgia. Like what? Hello, my son was. Like, hello, what's up? That's one. I know somebody. Two, but zero. I can show you. Yeah, I'm with you. Let's get it. Let's get it done. Fortunately, the system is working perfectly by design, but not in the best natural parents' favor. Nope. It's our job not to abolish the corruption and call it out for what it is. Together we will win. That's right, Miss Clearwater. And whether we're in Alaska, in Georgia, in the United States, overseas, in UK, we will be heard nationwide and worldwide. They're not keeping our kids, and we're going to bring our kids home. We fight together and we will stand together. I stand with you. I stand with the parents going through this in UK. I stand with the parents over here in my own country. Let's make this happen. Now I'm gonna have to. I think I'm way over my time. Woo. Never giving up on kids will have a profound effect on the worldview. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna have to. Y'all see. I know y'all see the comments. I am going through. I suggest using email as much as possible. Make sure you keep a That's right, targeted pattern. Yes, never. And I got us another hour in me. I have to be up at 5. I had this. Can I sleep? I get my son in 2 more weeks. Yay! So, well, I was gonna jump off at the 2 hour mark because I know I would love to do another hour, Chris. I really would. Now we can always continue on tomorrow evening or tomorrow night at the same time if you want to, because I don't have a show It's tomorrow, Monday. I come back Tuesday on my show, but I mean, I'm more than, hey, I can do one in the morning time if whatever. Just let me know. But I know, I think, I don't know if I can, I don't know how the time works on these podcasts. And this is the longest I've ever, I think. I know that some of the other shows do 2 hours, but hey, I'm game for whatever. So let's get back to the submissions, guys. Okay. And if I missed any comments, I do apologize. Feel free to reach out to me, please, please, please. I'll put the emails back in the chat again. Let's do this again. Unmasking Foster Care Corruption. That's my email. And then sorry. Who said sorry? Somebody said sorry for something. Nah, don't be sorry. I could go on for days. Hey, you know what? You're very knowledgeable, targeted patent, and I do appreciate that. And we Christopher, you know, when he come in the chat to my show one time, I mean, I like, and I'm sorry, Chris, when I called you out like that, but I mean, I like looked like wow and just amazed because the knowledge is powerful, and a lot of parents don't have that. So I was like, Chris, hey, come join us, man. Like, and he's been so speak out, and I thank you for it. And like Chris is the like he's really stood out in these chats and everything, and he's been a big influence with us, and helped each parent, a lot of parents, and helped me out as well. So targeted patent, come join us and stand with us, and we will, and voice yours. I mean, we're taking people for, they can do their own show. We got some open times on the podcast here. There's open times during the day. So reach out to us. Here's the other email, CPS. Let me see if I can get it. CPSB. I don't know why I got fighting justice in there when it's hunting justice. But we are undergoing some changes, but we are going to bring, we are getting this and these submissions, and we need your stories. We need your stories. Those 2 emails, email us, comment on our pages, reach out to our channels. Wicked Warriors, Fight CPS on Facebook, take down corruption, CPS corruption on TikTok. I'm on TikTok. I'm Danielle Waugh on TikTok. I will put my name in there. Actually, this is my TikTok tag. This is how you can find me on TikTok and Instagram. That name right there, Southern Drawl. That's me. You can find me on Spotify and stuff too. I got some songs out there, some music that talks about foster care and the stand up and fight and free from fears. And I will share on another show about my Georgia Hidden Scarlet Letter stuff I wrote. That's the Nathaniel Hawthorne Scarlet Letter was really stood out to me about the foster care and the stigma of the systematic failures, that they're the hidden systematic failures that they don't tell everybody. And we got to be the voice for these children lost in the system. My emails, if you ever want to get in touch with me, sounds great. Are you on Facebook or anything, Targeted Patent? Laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers as such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety. Right, Christopher. Amen to that. Yes. Okay. I don't know if y'all see Miss McGuire out here anywhere in the chat, because I'm working like on this little phone. And Chris said the right to and the due process. That's the other thing. If your rights have been violated with due process and you were not contacted, speak out. Let's tell us every way your family was affected, mentally, physically, emotionally, what rights have been violated, what they did to you. We're here to listen, and we're here to learn, and we want to know. I want to know your story. I'll share mine. Let's get it out. Let's bring our babies home. Let's get this brought to the light. Let's bring these foster kids to where they are back in the world, where they're socializing, and the ones that are that's their safe haven, their sanctuary. Because some of these kids don't have families, and I've seen it. Some of these kids don't have families, literally, and it hurts when like when I call my son, they run up to the phone and they talk, and are you, and it breaks my heart. It does. And my son said he's going to bring all of them home with him, but that's fine. That's fine. He can do that. That's fine. I will love them just like they're my own, because they deserve to have that same love that every other, that family too. They deserve a chance at life. They're people too, and I would love them just like they're my own, whether or not, it don't matter. They're still children, and they deserve a family too, and they deserve the same love that my child would have. So, all right, everyone. I posted the chat, and please reach out to us. Others have helped me learn. So yes, always pay it forward. That is awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot thank everyone enough for coming in. And that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of the ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, to institute new government. Right. And we got to bring this to the light. Okay, everyone. I'm waiting to upload several videos I've made on the subject until my son is no longer under their jurisdiction. Same here. No child left behind. That's right. We are not going to leave them behind. And I'm going to share on my way out. I am going to play a song or two. So if they play, you can listen to them on the end of the show. This is the first time I played them, but they are out there on Spotify and stuff. And they're also on my channel. I'm releasing some more. But this one of them is called Whispers in the Shadows, and the other one's called Mi Hermana. It's actually dedicated to my co-host that passed unexpectedly, that was also in a battle for her son. And she passed in December, and she was my co-host. And yeah, it's been very hard. But me and her may not known each other long, but it's like I've known her forever. And she's very well missed. And we were like sisters that never knew each other, like it's just, we hit it off, and then I lost her. We did 3 podcasts together, and just the way, and you can go see them little clips on my channel as well. I share some good moments that we had together. If y'all would understand our personalities, y'all would understand. Like, when I tell you we talked on the phone from sun up to sundown, literally, like when the show time came on, we would take our phone conversation and go to the show and take it to the show and then go back to it. That's how close we were, even though she was in Iowa and I'm here in Georgia. So Targeted Patton says she's on YouTube, and I have Facebook. Okay, on Facebook, my name is Danielle Waugh on Facebook. It's WAUGH, or Unmasking Foster Care Corruption. I do have a group on there, but you can also find me right here with that name right there. All right, everyone. I'm going to play these songs. I will see y'all again today sometime. Be looking out for the notification for the shows. I know does Brenda have a show this morning? Christopher, thank you. Thank you for everyone for joining us, coming in, the views. I'll let y'all know. I know we've been hitting over like 1,000 to 2,000 views a night on just TikTok alone. So that is awesome. Let's make it happen, guys. That is what's up. The other platforms, they're up there as well. So hey, keep sharing it out. I cannot stress enough. And I'm sorry if I didn't get to your comments. Reach out to me. Reach out to any of us. I'm here for y'all. I love y'all. Let's get this out. Get your stories to us. Get your stories to us. Get your story. Christopher, thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, I'm going to play some music, I guess, if I know how to do it, and we will make this happen. Let's get it. Let's get her done. Let's get this corruption out of here and get our kids back and bring this to the light and get this CPS reform to where it is back, to where it needs to be, to where these families are not suffering these kids are with their families. Let's get it back to being reunited, not divided. Okay? Good night, everyone. Until next time, this is Danielle, and I'm out. That's right. Targeted Patton. Be good or be good at it. Let's get it done. Keep fighting. Y'all have a good night, and I will see y'all on the next show. Good night, everyone.
In shadows deep, where voices cry but none can speak, in halls of whispers secrets keep, we're here to break the silent streak. Stand up, fight, don't let it go, reveal the truth they won't show. In the darkness light will grow, justice rises, voices flow. Children's dreams are cast aside, In the system where lies reside, we won't let them run and hide. Hearts are strong, we're full of pride. Stand up, fight, don't let it go. Reveal the truth they won't show. In the darkness, light will grow. Justice rises, voices flow. Children's dreams are cast aside. In the system where lies reside, we won't let them run and hide. Hearts are strong, we're full of pride. Stand up, fight, don't let it go. Reveal the truth they won't show. In the darkness, light will grow. Justice rises, voices flow. In every tear, a story's told. Every heartbeat's calling bold. With hands and spirits, we will mold a future where love takes hold. Stand up, fight, don't let it go. Reveal the truth they won't show. In the darkness, light will grow. Justice rises, voices flow.
Sisters in the shadows walking down, lost the way but found again somehow. Faces in a crowd but you're not around. Whispers in the dark, a silent sound. Fighter through the storm, you stand tall. Through the pain, relentless, we won't fall. Broken chains and echoes in these halls. Searching through the night, love takes it all. Me and mine, I'm in first, I'm me soul. In a world where we dare to be bold. Through the fire, through the cold, we hold stories of the unbroken, now retold. Years go by, but the memory stays. Fading light, yet your spirit sways. In the heart where the love always plays. Days turn to dreams in the haze. Voices in the wind call your name. Fight the demons that bring the shame. Rise above and we stay the same. Write our story in flame. No, me and mine, I mean friends, I mean soul. In a world where we dare to be bold. Through the fire, through the cold, we hold stories of the unbroken, now retold. Story told. We hold, now retold. Me and mine, I mean voice, I mean soul. In a world where we dare to be bold. Through the fire, through the cold, we hold stories of the unbroken, now retold. Me and mine, I mean voice, I mean soul. In a world where we dare to be bold. Through the fire, through the cold, we hold stories of the unbroken, now retold.
Have a good night, everyone. Y'all be good, be safe, and I will see y'all next time, okay?